Good day. In this video, we will be learning about how to illustrate and determine an experiment, outcome, sample space, and event. One by one, we will define the four terms, and you may pause the video while you identify what is being described. Before we start, let me introduce to you our modified tactile materials. We have a modified tactile die embossed using a glue stick. The second material is the modified colored popsicle sticks with tick marks on them. Now, let's start by having this situation in mind. A fair six-sided die is rolled. What are the chances of getting an even number? The first term is what we call an experiment. Experiment is the act that would generate a result. Usually, the experiment is associated with the verb present in the situation. Given its definition, what do you think is the experiment done in the given situation earlier? If your answer is rolling a die, then your answer is correct. The second term that you need to know is what we call the outcomes. The outcome is the possible result of an experiment. Now, if we roll a die, what do you think are the possible outcomes that may occur? Since this is a six-sided die, we have six possible outcomes. And what are those? We have getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and getting 6 dots. Next is the sample space. This one is almost similar to the outcomes. The only difference is that the sample space talks about the set. If we will recall, the set is a collection of all distinct elements, and sample space is usually denoted or represented with the capital letter S. Going back, what do you think is the sample space of the given situation? Our sample space would be the set of all possible outcomes, S, having or getting 1 dot, 2 dots, 3 dots, 4 dots, 5 dots, and 6 dots. This is how we write the sample space. Now, last is the event. The event is the specific outcome or combination being asked in the situation. This is a subset of our sample space. In our situation earlier, what do you think is our event? Since we are only interested in getting an even number, the event would be getting a 2, a 4, and a 6. So therefore, we have getting a 2 dots, 4 dots, and 6 dots. This is our event. Now, after having our modified tactile die, let's have another example. I have 4 colored popsicle sticks here. We have red with no tick marks on it, blue with 1 tick mark, green with 2 tick marks and yellow with 3 tick marks. Now, our second situation. Green, blue, red, and yellow sticks are placed in a canister. A stick is then randomly picked, and it turns out to be the red stick. You may pause the video while you try to identify the answers in our situation. Let's see. What would be the experiment in our situation? Again, experiment refers to the action. What is our experiment? It is picking a stick. Now, next would be the outcomes. What are the possible outcomes? We could pick red, or we could pick a blue stick, or we could pick green, and we could pick yellow. In this case, we have 4 possible outcomes. Next would be the sample space. If we have 4 possible outcomes, how should we write the sample space? Again, sample space is denoted by a capital letter S. Now, we have red, blue stick, green, and yellow. Now that we have the sample space, let's move on to the event. What do you think is the event in our given situation? Indicated in the question earlier, it would be the red stick. So our event here is picking a red stick. And that's it. I hope you have learned to identify experiment, outcomes, sample space, and event. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next video.